Hi, East Texas. Thanks for checking us out here at CBS 19 Plus. We're bringing you up to date on the forecast as we head toward the end of the week, and then we look ahead into the weekend. Of course, we have Good Friday and then Easter on Sunday. Rainfall? Well, we've had a lot of rainfall here the last couple of days. It's been plentiful, and if you were watching yesterday on CBS 19 News, we mentioned about a fairly sharp cutoff line between the haves and the have-nots when it comes to the rainfall. And we are seeing that reflected in our rainfall over the last 24 hours. If you look at Mineola, just 1/100th of an inch of rain, and this was as of mid-afternoon on Friday. Now, there might be more rain that falls there by the time you see this, but as of mid-afternoon Friday, Mineola barely had any rain. Conversely, look at Lufkin, 3.36 inches of rain, and anywhere in this red and orange, that corresponds with 2.5 to 4 inches of rain. So a lot of rain over deep East Texas, a nice general soaking near Interstate 20, and then north of Interstate 20, the closer you get to Interstate 30, barely any rain at all. All right, seasonal rainfall reports, and this goes back to March 1st. Meteorologically or climatologically speaking, we think of March 1st to the end of May as being the spring season. So since the spring season started, in Tyler, we are just slightly below 5 inches of rainfall for that time period. Longview, 5.25 inches, and Lufkin about 4.5 inches. Compare that to average. Well, Tyler and Longview are above average. Lufkin is a little bit above average, or below average, I should say. For the year, so that's going to be the final column over here. This is for the year going back to January 1st. Tyler, almost 4/10 of an inch above average. Longview is 1.5 inches above average, but Lufkin is 1 inch below average. Again, that's going back to January 1st. So a little drier to start the year. It's been wetter since March 1st. Excessive rainfall outlook for tonight. Jacksonville, Henderson, Nacogdoches, Lufkin, and Center are in a slight risk to see some scattered flash flooding. Athens, Tyler, Longview, Gilmer, Jefferson, isolated flash flood risk. Skipping ahead to tomorrow, Friday, it's just a marginal risk of flash flooding in Center, Nacogdoches, Lufkin, and in Hemphill. So isolated flash flooding over deep East Texas possible tomorrow. And that corresponds with this, a flood watch in effect until Friday evening. It does include Smith and Gregg County. Also, Marion, Harrison, and Rusk County. Panola County, Cherokee County is included in that. And then our deep East Texas counties of Angelina, Nacogdoches, San Augustine, Sabine, and Shelby County. So a large portion of the area under a flood watch until Friday evening. What does a flood watch mean? Well, it's not flash flooding where we have a sudden rise in water. It is a gradual rise in the water, minor street flooding, some minor creek flooding, or stream or river flooding. Shouldn't be in any kind of inundation or anything like that, but you'll just see some higher water levels across the area. And here's why. Here's future skycast. We're starting this tonight at 11 o'clock. You can see these bands of rain that are moving from southwest to the northeast as the main upper level storm system that's been bringing us rain the last couple of days now starts to move farther to the east. So rain will remain steady over deep East Texas on Friday with bouts of rain in places such as Palestine, Jacksonville, Henderson, Longview, Tyler, maybe as far north as Mineola and Gilmer, but less likely up there, more likely at Carthage, Center, and San Augustine. And then the rain begins to taper Friday afternoon, but I don't think we're quite done with the rain. Notice the amount of cloud cover around. That cloud cover could yield periods of drizzle, patchy drizzle, right on through Saturday morning. In fact, there's a patch of light rain and drizzle that should drift into East Texas and then finally come to an end maybe 10 or 11 o'clock Saturday morning. The sun is out Saturday afternoon, and temperatures recover into the upper 60s, maybe low 70s, though I think our in-house computer model may be overdoing this just a little bit. Easter looks like it'll be dry. So for the rest of Thursday, a 90% chance of rain. Friday, 60% chance of rain. Saturday morning, it's a 30% chance of rain. Easter should be dry. Monday and Tuesday, there's a 20% chance of rain. There could be an isolated shower, but I bet most of us stay dry through the middle part of the week. All right, rainfall over the next 7 days. And again, all of this is tied to the next, say, 24 to 36 hours. And Tyler, if you take a look here, you'll see this darker blue that corresponds with an additional inch of rainfall. Over deep East Texas, these darker reds could get us another 2 to 2.5 inches of rainfall. The areas in purple around Lufkin, maybe an inch, inch and a half of rainfall. All right, upper level winds are starting to switch. Our pattern is settling down next week. High pressure begins to build in from the southwest. So instead of storms and severe weather, next week looks like it's going to be comparatively calm. Otherwise, with very nice weather, temperatures in the 70s and 80s, lower humidity, and really a great weather week. Next severe weather setup may come a week from Friday or a week from Saturday even. All right, so here's the overnight 10-day trend for temperatures as we head through this weekend and head toward Easter. Easter on Sunday, 52 degrees, and then morning lows are right about average right on through the middle part of next week before things start to warm up around the 15th and 16th. When it comes to our 10-day temp trend for high temperatures, boy, talk about some seasonably wonderful weather next week. Look at these highs. Low to mid 70s Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The average high is 75. Will be right there on Wednesday. Above that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and finally on Sunday. And again, a little front here on the front, or Friday into Saturday, Saturday into Sunday, could yield some scattered showers and thunderstorms. All right, here's the forecast for tonight. Cloudy skies in our northern counties. For instance, Mount Pleasant around 50 degrees with cloudy skies. We should see off and on rain showers in Gilmer, Emory, Mineola, Tyler, Longview, and Henderson, with overnight lows in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. Over deep East Texas, showers off and on. Some of those could be locally heavy, where you see those double raindrops around Crockett over toward Lufkin, and overnight lows around 53. Hemphill around 53, Center around 50, and Groveton around 54. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast for Friday, and you'll see the general trend with higher rainfall percentage chances in the morning, dropping off to about a 50% chance of rain tomorrow afternoon, and highs around 54 degrees. High temperatures in our northern counties could sneak into the lower 60s in Lamar County, Red River County, Delta County, and Hopkins County 58 with maybe some showers popping up from time to time. Mount Pleasant around 58, Pittsburgh around 57 in the central counties. Better chance for rain, so 55 in Gilmer, 54 in Tyler, 54 also in Henderson, Jacksonville around 53 with off and on rain showers Friday. And then over deep East Texas, temperatures in the mid 50s at Lufkin, Nacogdoches, Jacksonville around 53, Groveton also around 56, and Hemphill around 56 degrees. Here's your Baylor Scott and White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital 10-day forecast. So rain for many tomorrow, 54 for the high. Drizzle ends in the morning Saturday, 63 for the high. Maybe warmer in some places if we can get the sun to clear out enough. We are seeing some suggestions of mid to upper 60s. Low 70s on Easter, Monday and Tuesday, just a 20% chance of rain. That 20% chance of rain lasts through the latter part of next week as we warm up to 84. Next best chance for scattered thunderstorms a week from Saturday. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus. Have a great night.